What's up everyone? Welcome back to another Beyond Crazy video. It is lunchtime, I am starving, and we're gonna remedy that right now. We are making some Korean fried chicken. Let's get started. First thing I wanna note, the temperature for the fryer is supposed to be 380 degrees. Our fryer only lists 375, so we're gonna hope and pray that that works, but I haven't maxed out, so. And here's all the seasoning, spices, and everything laid out. Let's get started.
So we're gonna do a quick buttermilk dredge for it. We're gonna use an egg binder for it. It's gonna, like Kraz was saying, it's Korean fried chicken. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is make a base with the buttermilk. Buttermilk is super good to put your chicken in beforehand. I like to use pickle juice. It's not gonna work for this one exactly, but it's a good way to be able to store things. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour out about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of this. And this is just gonna be marinating my chicken, and it's a quick marinade, so it's literally going to be in there for the 15 minutes it takes me to put everything else out. But what I will say is you can do this overnight with good results with that pickle juice as well. But we're not today. Check out our next video to see how that's used.
I do want to say, so we are using egg today. I have been avoiding eggs. I don't think that it does my body any good, but I've eliminated eggs now long enough and hopefully enough that I can try reintroducing eggs. I have been eating, like we went to the movies yesterday and I ended up getting chicken tenders. Sometimes when we're out, I'll get chicken wings. And a lot of times those, you know, have an egg wash and some flour on them. I think it's when I have too much egg or too much flour. I'm still working it out. I think that's the hardest thing about food intolerances and allergies. Trying to figure them out can be very difficult because there's so many different things that we eat in a day. What I want to do is actually sit down for breakfast and just like make bacon and eggs and have like 3 eggs, a little bit of bacon, because I know how I do with bacon, but that'll tell me, okay, how do I feel after eating this, to see how the eggs are actually affecting me. Now, a lot of you have also commented on my intolerance video that those intolerance tests sometimes give false readings based on what you've been eating when you take the test. And so I'm really trying hard to eliminate really a lot. And then I'm gonna talk to my doctor about actually retaking that. And I wanna see if I get some different results. So I'll let you guys know once I get those back.
Sweet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break these down. I went ahead and just bought a package of chicken tendies here. I'm just slicing them down into like more manageable sized pieces. That way all of this like really nice sauce and everything, we're gonna get as much contact area for that as possible. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make these some more manageable pieces. This is 2.5 pounds of chicken. So everything that you're gonna see inside the description as far as like recipes and ingredients and everything, that's gonna be for 2.5 pounds. We'll make a fair amount.
I think I missed you putting the seasonings in here. How much and what did you put in there?
So I put the black, the white pepper, the garlic salt, as well as just the regular salt in here. I went ahead, I'll add inside the description what all of that is. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my hands in here, make sure this is really well incorporated. This is just a quick marinade. Don't be scared, guys. You're not gonna get silver vanilla. So I'll throw this into the fridge. It's nothing like red meat in the sense I do want to make sure that this stays cold until it's ready to be worked. I'm gonna keep it in here, switch out my cutting boards and everything, wash off my hands, and I'll catch you guys in a second.
Risking my life for good food. I'm just joking. My intolerance is not that bad. What happens with eggs when I consume eggs is I get a bad rash around my chest and then on my hands, and it's annoying. It's unsightly, it itches, it's not fun. And from what I can tell, it's either gluten or it's eggs that are causing it, so yeah. I've been on a couple year journey of trying to figure out what's causing my problems.
So we went ahead and made the base with the buttermilk. We went ahead and Kraz was kind enough to break up these eggs for us for the actual egg wash. And so now what we're gonna go ahead and do is make the dredge, which is going to be a gluten-free base so that Kraz can enjoy it as well. It's gonna be, you can just use all-purpose flour if you don't wanna go gluten-free on it. So we're gonna go ahead and make that off, and then we're gonna work on the sauce after.
All right, our rice has been started. I'm just waiting for it to come to a boil so then I can reduce heat, and we'll cook it for 15 minutes.
I wonder what these little...
So that is a grapefruit spoon. It's meant for when you're eating a grapefruit to be able to peel each end the little sections out.
I've never seen anyone in this home ever enjoy grapefruit, but I'm glad that you guys...
We don't eat grapefruit a lot, but it's funny because I've actually used it for other things. Because sometimes you're like, scraping something out.
It's interesting and I'll use it. So I'm gonna make the actual dry crispy part of the fried chicken. So it's going to be 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, or in this case, like I was saying, it's gonna be the gluten-free. Not measuring everything out exactly, I know. And then it's gonna be equal. I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of every single one of these ingredients. It's going to be some fine salt, some black pepper, garlic powder, dried thyme, paprika, baking powder, okay? Baking powder, not soda, all right? Don't make that mistake.
There's a big difference.
There's a huge difference, okay? And then red pepper flakes as well. I know you guys want it to be spicy, and I do too. There's gonna be a little bit of red pepper flakes inside the sauce and a tiny bit on top to garnish. It's getting deep fried, so don't go like all crazy because you want it spicy right now. I promise it will be. So apparently I've lost all ability to keep track of what I'm doing inside this kitchen because I'm like all excited. I'm like, yeah, Kraz did all those eggs for us. We're not using an egg wash, guys. We have buttermilk. What are we doing? So don't worry, those won't be wasted eggs. We'll cook them, we'll eat them. I'm sure somebody in this home will enjoy them. But for now, let's focus on what we actually need for this cook, which is going to be the sauce. Okay, also I wanna do one of these.
Try again.
Yeah, I was like, I want to do one of the videos. You guys know the guy that I'm talking about?
I don't actually.
We're making some sauce. So we're gonna use some gochujang sauce right now. If you guys aren't familiar with gochujang, it is probably the best creation ever out of Korean culinary. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna come in here with 2 tablespoons right now. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do equal parts honey for that. So I'm gonna come in here with 2. I'm gonna give it a fat heap of this. So I will say that this will also call for some minced up ginger. So roping back to the first couple episodes that I was in, taking a spoon so we can make sure we get around all those edges, make sure we're not wasting that much. It's going to be 3 cloves of minced garlic and an equal amount of minced ginger. I will say that certain people, Kraz, really like ginger, so I'm gonna double up on that. So it's gonna have double the ginger as well as double the garlic in this one.
I'm obsessed with ginger, guys. I don't understand what it is. I don't know. If you know what the nutritional benefits of ginger are, please let me know. Because I'm guessing that I'm lacking in those and maybe need to be taking a vitamin or something, but I love me some ginger. Love it, love it, love it, love it. In fact, I wanna do some, making some ginger shots on the channel, because those are super expensive, no matter where you get them. If you get them at your local smoothie shop or even buying them at the grocery store, they're kind of expensive. And Tristan's like, dude, we can make those for so inexpensive. Let us know in the comments if you want us to make ginger shots, because I would be happy to do it.
So I'm gonna do the same thing. Like I said, I'm gonna double up for this one for us. So I'm gonna use 4. Sweet, so we got those all chopped up and put in. I'm gonna come in here with some regular soy. I'm gonna do 4 tablespoons, just loose, guys. I'm really not worried. I'm not overly concerned about this, about these being all exact. It's gonna be one of those things that taste your sauce while you're doing it. Taste it after you're finished. If you like it a little more spicy, go ahead and adjust it. You know, it's one of those things that if it tastes too much like soy, add some brown sugar to cut that acidity. It's gonna be a balancing act, guys. So I'm gonna come in here with the same exact amount of brown sugar. I went ahead and separated this out so that I could throw this in there. And then this is an oil base, so I will say that I'm going to come in with 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil and then another tablespoon of sesame oil. There's the sesame.
The fragrance coming off of this bowl of spices and seasonings and all that kind of stuff smells so amazing. I just want to dive head first straight into this bowl. It'd probably hurt my head, but it'd be worth it.
We will be using sesame seed inside the sauce. This is just going to be as much as you're feeling. I'm going to top with sesame seed as well, so I'm not going to go crazy on the sesame. And then this is also when you can affect the flavor as far as the red pepper flake. I'm going to go ahead and come in here again with that. The red pepper flake, the sesame seed, and the green onion that I'm about to chop up right now, they're going to go both on top as well as inside the sauce itself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use an entire stalk, but what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna finely dice down half of these. Cool. This is going to go ahead and get swooped up and put straight into my sauce there. The rest are gonna get finely diced up. I'm gonna go at more of a bias for those ones. Those are gonna be what actually tops it, makes it look pretty at the end. So I'm gonna take this sauce, I'm gonna go ahead and thoroughly stir this all up, and then this is going to be our Korean fried chicken sauce. Well, what part of this makes it Korean? Because I made it. That's why.
And he's half Korean.
All right, here we go. Let's get a taste test.
Time to try this sauce. Ooh, that is really good. It has a sweetness, but yet a spiciness to it. You get a little bit of both. Oh, that's very good. I can taste the ginger, the garlic. Oh, all the flavors are popping. Okay, the rice timer just went off. Tried it, everything's good with the rice. So we are ready to cook our chicken. Our oil is definitely preheated.
We went ahead and we made the base, we made the sauce, we made everything. It's time to throw it all together and see if we messed up along the line somewhere. So I went ahead and got my hands all clean and everything. I'm gonna do the exact same as soon as I'm done with this. This buttermilk mixture has been sitting in with the chicken for about, conservatively like 25 minutes. I thought it was gonna be like 15, but that's life. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna run my hands in here. I'm gonna keep it loose. I'm gonna let a lot of that excess drip off, but not shaking all of it off of the tops of it, if that makes sense. I just don't wanna be slooping in all of the excess liquid. I'm just gonna toss these over. I'm being real light about it, because like I said, I don't wanna overwork these or do anything like that. I'm being real light about it. The seasoning coming off of this right now, guys. Sweet. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll show you guys a little trick in a second here that I like to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and, so we've got our oil. Our oil is a bit high. So you see, we can't rest the food inside the oil right now. Don't do that either. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna remove this from there. This is gonna be hot right now.
Place it in here maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this inside the sink. I'm gonna go ahead and put these separately just inside here, just for the time being. I might have to make more of this dredge, but for right now, it looks good. I'm gonna come in, grab another big handful of these, take off that excess. So I've got my chicken, you guys saw the process there. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna separate this out into my two baskets here. I'm gonna try not to overcrowd them because I want everywhere to be actually submerged. So I'm gonna try not to overcrowd and everything. It's gonna be fine. Sweet, so we've got these. I'm gonna go ahead and just lower these right into the heat. These are gonna be running. This is set right now. We've got it set to 375. It did call for 380, but we weren't able to heat up the oil to that point, but that's completely fine. I will say this is gonna go at 380 for about 10 minutes or until golden brown. Periodically, like it's kind of like pasta, like right after I put it in, I like to give it a little like raise and make sure they're not sticking together. Make sure that the coating's not coming off because it just tells you that you didn't do a thorough enough job when doing the dredge. Looks like we're sticking together real nice in there. So we'll let that run for about 10 minutes and we'll show you guys what it looks like after it's done. So these have been in for about 10 minutes and look at those. That is what we're looking for, guys. We took our time, made sure everything was looking good. That's why we don't have a bunch of bits and pieces and like the little bits and you can see everything's fully covered. Okay, we achieved that. So we're gonna go ahead and add these to a bowl now. This bowl is just lined with some paper towels. It's gonna take off the excess grease. It's gonna help make it so that the sauce doesn't separate from the actual chicken itself. This is what the chicken's looking like on the inside. I just took one of the thicker pieces, made sure it was cooked all the way through. Took all the excess oil off of those. I'm gonna go ahead and add these to a larger bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and come in with as much of the sauce. This isn't all of our chicken, so I'm not gonna add all the sauce this time around. And I know what you're thinking. That doesn't look like enough sauce for those. It is. If you use too much sauce, it's not gonna be glazing it as much as it's gonna turn it into like a soupy consistency. It's not gonna glaze it at where it's gonna be like nice and crispy with the flavor on the outside. It's gonna be soggy by the time you get halfway through it. So don't overdo the sauce. It's great. Put it on the side. So I will say, I'm not gonna take all of that time and make sure it's like perfect and do a cup of rice and do all of that extra stuff because Korean fried chicken is made to be a throw around meal. It's made to just be something easy that you can throw together in a moment's notice. So I'm gonna treat it as such. So I'm gonna make that look like a little patty on the bottom. I'm gonna take some of this beautiful chicken, throw it over the top, and then I'm gonna use some of these green onions that we had from before. I'm just gonna go ahead and top like I talked about earlier. I really like the look of sesame seed. So I'm gonna go ahead and just come lightly over the top, spot welding to make sure I'm not getting it all over everything else. Tiny bit, the same thing with the red pepper flakes because I like it tiny bit spicy. This plate is not mine, so I'm gonna go extra light on them just so you guys can see them though. Come through with some of these perfectly done green onions. And there you have it. Korean fried chicken at home. Restaurant quality right here.
This looks very good.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It has the perfect crisp on it.
Crispiness is amazing.
The flavor's amazing.
The chicken coating correctly took in all of the glaze, but it's not like, yeah, it's perfect. You have crispiness, but then flavor on top of it.
I always base my rating on how could this be better. I don't know how it could get better. Like it's really, really good.
Giving it a 10?
I think this will be one of my 10s.
I agree. Agreed.
I agree, actually. This might be my favorite Korean barbecue chicken I've ever had.
It's so good. You guys have to try it.
Delicious.
Now whenever I go out to eat, I expect like a certain level because Tristan and Aaron have been making the most amazing food that I like can't eat out now because I'm like, it's nothing compared to their food. And I'm not like just saying that because it's my son and my husband, but like, no, like, oh my gosh.
So I did end up trying the chicken, and I actually think this is probably like the best thing. Oh, it's making me stutter. It's so good. But I think this is like my most favorite meal that Tristan's ever made, or Tristan and Dad have ever made. Like this is actually generally good. Like what Max said, I'd take this over the brisket like any day.
Wow.
This is really
That's high praise right there.
This is really
That's
good.
high praise. And Max said it too. He would take this over the brisket.
Yeah, the brisket was my previous favorite. I think this beats it.
Wow.
No one's overhyping it.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It was really good.
Did you say no one is overhyping it?
Yeah, it's really good. Definitely a 10 out of 10.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Beyond Crazy. It was really fun cooking you guys some Korean fried chicken. We're gonna try to do a lot more stuff like that in the future. Yeah, so just go ahead and take a second for us. Just like, comment, subscribe, do your thing on your side so we can do our thing on ours. And we'll see you next time.